How's the economy doing around here?
It has done much better.
Mines are starting to come back.
There's more people going back to work.
And this hammer that I swing for $1.50 a day.
Do you think the president's made much difference?
I think he has, as far as I'm concerned.
He's bringing jobs back.
He's done amazing for our country.
Hey, hey, Del May.
West Virginia's 3rd Congressional District, where Trump won with 73% of the vote in 2016, and few people seem to have any regrets. So what kind of Democrat could win here? Meet Richard Ojeda, retired Army major, populist Democrat, and former Trump voter. Republicans will call this Trump country.
It's not Trump country. Believe me, when a person that's filthy rich says things like people need to learn to live within their means, they have no concept of what life is like to a single parent trying to put food on the table. We have a lot of politicians out there that claim to be with the people, but they don't show up. I show up.
A meeting of the United Mine Workers of America, and a chance to learn more about Ojeda's politics.
When we get to the point where all we have is the filthy rich and the dirt poor will eat the filthy rich. The majority of the people across America are not the elite. Far more of the working class citizens than there are anything else.
Do you think the sort of millionaires and billionaire class of America sort of knows how people...
They don't, they cannot relate. And look, I got nothing against a person that's wealthy. But, you know, the people that are in power, they can't relate to these people.
You're pro-coal.
Yeah.
What does that mean in terms of policy terms?
I'm pro-coal miner, okay? I believe that there still is a need for coal, but in terms of energy, we need to stop lying to people and telling them that, oh, coal's gonna be king again. It's not. How we doing, sir?
Ojeda's honesty may be admirable, but it's also risky. When I last came here in 2016, Trump was promising to breathe life into a dying coal industry. 2 years on, more coal trains are running, but the long-term outlook for the industry is still bleak. But the optics look good for Trump, heading into midterms with a strong economy and low unemployment. 5 p.m. in Keith's bar, and shift change at a nearby coal mine.
I'm sure your dad worked in the mines. Your dad works in the mines. Your dad worked in the mines. Your grandfather's worked in the coal mines.
I'm 5th generation. I'd say every one of us here is probably 5th generation coal miners.
Yeah.
Does anyone here didn't vote for Trump? You moved a bit. You're going to put your hand up or something now. What do you think of Richard Ojeda?
I've known him since I've been 12 years old, but don't think of him too favorably.
He says he's pro-coal.
He's not pro-coal. What he'll do is he'll try to sell out the idea that he is. He, of course, is supported by unions. None of the groups that he belongs to or hangs out with is for coal. He doesn't have a political history that's supportive of coal, so he's anti-coal.
You sound like you don't trust that he's authentic. He's not the real deal.
You need to dig into the substance of the individual, and then you'll see, is this person going to be representative of things I hold true and dear? And if you're a conservative, absolutely not. No Ojeda all the way. No Ojeda.
Driving back, I came across the same slogan. Can you show me what's going on here?
Anti-coal, anti-coal, anti-coal and gas. What else need to say?
That guy, Richard Ojeda, he's a Democrat.
He's a friend of mine, actually.
He's a friend of yours?
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
My son went to school with him. They wrestled together. I'm sad to see, since he's got out of the Army, he's basically a socialist, and I'm not. I'm a Donald Trump man. Donald J. Trump, a billionaire from New York that represents working men and women of this country.
Who's paying for it?
Miners dig at PAC.
Coal mining PAC,
Yes.
pro-coal.
Yes.
Who pays for it?
I'm not going to reveal that to you. I'm going to give you the answer that Crystal Ball with People's House Project will give you if you ask her who her contributors are.
This wasn't the first person to mention Crystal Ball and her left-wing political action committee that helps working-class candidates. I'd heard she'd be attending a Democratic Party fundraiser for veterans and sharing a table with Ojeda, who was scheduled to speak.
District nominee, Senator Richard Ojeda.
Since becoming a state senator, I've seen that we've got to work to get big money out of politics. I know what it's like to be surrounded, but it's okay because I'm a paratrooper and I do my best work when I'm surrounded.
After the dinner, a chance to ask Ball about the money she receives from founders of LinkedIn and Facebook.
Crystal, an important question for all PACs. Who funds you?
I mean, we have a lot of donors, large and small. But look, there's a lot.
Do you have any millionaires or billionaires?
Certainly, we do, of course.
Is that a problem, do you think?
It's not a problem because they don't.
I mean, he was just talking about not taking big money, right?
Yeah.
Big money donors. But if you have sort of millionaires and billionaires who are bankrolling,
we take only individual contributions. He takes only individual
but
contributions.
if they're sort of billionaires from Silicon Valley, that sort of runs counter to the ethos of what I just heard up there. What's the sort of interest of the donors?
I mean, what they get out of it is the hope that there isn't going to be something more dramatic than a political solution or action taken at the polls. The way that we're going right now is not going to end well for anyone, the rich least of all.
But there's something sad about politics that a guy running here in this part of West Virginia, in order to get ahead, has to go to Silicon Valley and bid for money.
Well, is there money here? Not a lot. Not a lot.
She's right about that. Ojeda's district is one of the poorest in the nation. Almost 90% of the $2 million he's raised has come from outside of West Virginia. It's similar in other House races, where Democratic candidates have a cash advantage over Republicans. Ojeda's not taking corporate donations, unlike his Republican opponent. But does it matter when a left-wing populist is bankrolled by coastal elites?
My opponent right now is going to say, oh my gosh, Ojeda's went out there to California. I have, ladies and gentlemen. And I've sat down with people. I sit and ate breakfast with the #2 guy in Google. I tell them, we have great incentives for you to come to West Virginia. Bring Google, bring Amazon.
Tech billionaires don't normally care about coal miners.
I think that they do. You know, I went out there and spoke to some of these people that are independently wealthy. And you know what? They actually care. They know that the east and west coast of America has enjoyed prosperity, and they know that we have nothing but poverty in the middle America and Appalachia. A lot of the people out in California are in this fight and want to help people all across America, because if they wouldn't, I wouldn't have received so much wonderful support from people in that area. My opponent has a net worth of $11 million, and she just got $750,000 from, a PAC from basically the President of the United States PAC.
Do you think any of the Democrats in here sort of care that you voted for Trump?
30% of the Democrats in this area voted for Trump. I was looking around at the people that are struggling, and the coal industry was struggling severely.
Do you regret that vote?
I'm happy the fact that our coal miners right now are working and that the trains are moving with coal. So I'm not going to say I regret the vote, but I'm going to say that there's some things that I don't believe he's doing that he should be doing as the leader of this country.
It may seem strange to hear a Democrat holding back on criticism of the president. But this is a place where coal is shipped on railway carriages nicknamed Trump trains. Before leaving, I visited two people I met here back in 2016.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing,
Come
Frank?
on,
Can I come in? Good to see you.
Come on in.
Sabrina. It's been 2 years, I think.
2 years?
It's been 2 years,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
No one ought to get Yoda.
I heard the pensions for coal miners around here were not as good as they should be.
No. I get 210.
210?
$200 is your pension, right?
234.
Now, how do you get by on $234 a month?
I'm trying to fight for the people that work for a living. You know, look at these houses. These are not big houses, but make no mistake about it. Everybody that lives in these houses are hardworking people, and they deserve to be able to have a nice life. If I don't feel what they are doing is going to benefit the people, they need not darken my doorstep.
You going to vote for him?
I don't know. I'll vote for him or not. Be honest with you, I don't know.
Are you fed up with it?
That bot.
You don't know if you're going to vote again?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. I ain't make my mind up. People been doing dirty. Everybody let you down. That's all I have. I ain't seen none of them no good.
Frank doesn't have much faith in politicians, but since I last saw him, he's rediscovered faith in something else. He wanted me to meet his pastor.
Did you work in the coal mines?
Yeah, so I done. I was I worked with your grandpa, Frankie. I worked for years. Had the best time you ever seen in the mines. We did. If I go back, I go back Monday with him.
And tell me a bit about the community here.
Right now, it's picking up. It's getting better than it was. Now, a long time ago, it wasn't, was it, Frankie? It wasn't nothing. This place was dead, buddy. You can get your job if you had $1 million in your pocket. But thank God for Mr. Trump.
The mood has changed in West Virginia since Trump's election, but I wonder if that has as much to do with culture as coal. Mining is the lifeblood of this community, and there are few other sources of hope.